Hi, good morning, Mr. Andrew Yong. Can you hear me?
Hi, good morning. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you for making your time for the class to give your opinion about our presentation topic today. Today we have the opportunity to have 5 experienced individuals from the business working world from different countries to be on Skype to help us provide their professional opinion about our topic from the creditor's perspective. We have spoken to them earlier regarding our topic. Today they are here to speak to you guys in more detail. So, without any delay, I would like to introduce to you the person on the screen. Mr. Andrew Yong is a graduate of Curtin University, now working as a manager of operations in the United States for FASB.
Yes, thank you very much, Andrew, for the introduction. I have to say so myself. I do enjoy giving out to be part of the student learning experience. And also one thing, I feel kind of weird that actually you do remind me of my younger self, Andrew. Hi there, Mr. Chan. I hope you still remember us. We were once your students in the 308 class. And to the rest of the class, good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Andrew, can you kindly share with us your general point of view with regards to the recent social and environmental reporting issue?
Yep. So for starters, I think we need to realize that there is an increasing demand for social and environmental disclosure. So this is because it is served as a basis of accreditation to allow creditors to assess risks that is unusual or non-recurring and extraordinary events.
Do you have any theories to support this?
Yes, of course. We look to the legitimacy theory and also the public interest theory.
Oh yes, I understand the legitimacy theory and the public interest theory, but how likely are companies willing to disclose information that would defame their own company? For example, like Nike's unfair treatment to the employees in Cambodia.
Yes, well, you do have a point. However, we must not forget the fundamental responsibility of communities, of companies, besides making profit. Yeah. So the company, as part of the community, they need to realize also their social responsibility. Al Gore, the former Vice President of the United States, he strongly states that there is a huge aspect that companies are missing out on when the focus is merely just on profitability. So he emphasized that the goal to strive for profit is merely just a short-term outlook. But instead, if they actually also take into consideration the environment of preserving it, they actually it actually promotes sustainability of the company. And hence, this is actually a long-term outlook. So, this is why there is an increasing demand that we propose an accounting standard for social and environmental disclosure. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pass this on to Bernard, Mr. Bernard Wood of Standard Chartered. He's the CEO currently now based in the UK. And he's now sitting right next to me. I'll pass this call to him. And also he'll actually be elaborating more on the objectivity of social and environmental reporting. Yep, so we take the call, Mr. Bernard.
Right, thank you for passing the time to me, Mr. Andrew. And I'm honored to be sitting here with all the comrades to ponder on the issues related to social and environmental reporting. Before we look into the objectives, before we look into the real situations, I think it's very much important for us to make clear of the objectives, okay? Being crystal clear of the objectives, we could sort of have the sense of purpose or the sense of directions to plan for, to communicate, and to finally come out with a new set of accounting rules in a hope to alleviate the negative impacts associated with social and environmental activities.
Well, Mr. Bernard, what do you have in mind? We would like to know more about it.
Perhaps you could enlighten us with its so there's a better insight on what to propose for the upcoming amendment in July? Mr. Bernard?
Yeah, like what has been contended by Mr. Andrew, there are pressures for companies to do beyond its fundamental responsibility by just improving the economy. We can now see that the governments, the NGOs, and what more to say, of some kind of activists, they're all pointing the fingers towards the significance of social and environmental stewardships and times of operations. But now the question is, how does the accounting regulatory body act upon the expectations of the society and literally give an answer to those who are persistently loud on these issues?
I didn't see that one coming to the objective, Mr. Bernard. Can you please solidify what you are telling us now?
All right. These questions keep revolving and revolving in my mind, and I personally think that it leads to the ultimate objective to improve corporate clarity and transparency with regards to such issues. Or I'll just rephrase this, it is to reduce the asymmetric information and the agency problems between the companies and lenders like us. This is especially important in situations where we lend big funds to really big companies, such as the multinational enterprises, the conglomerates that domiciled in some of the countries. We cannot deny the fact that these companies can expand their business in large scales, but in order to do that, they must obtain an immense amount of capital from us. Can you see the logic behind? Which means it's great for us if the companies are operating well. On the other hand, we get tense up, or we're pretty much doomed if all that what we've lent turn out to default on the payments. This situation is not happening all the time, but there are circumstances where the companies failed in its operations, and we cannot afford to have them fall altogether. The history has just proven this. In the aftermath of Deepwater Horizon disaster, BP has been freely compared to some other notorious corporations such as Enron and WorldCom. The mishap of BP had somehow shown its negligence towards environmental stewardship and its social responsibility. Its debt was as high as $40 billion US in order to clean up the mess, and this situation has put the financial market at that moment in a turmoil. The effect is catastrophic, but who is responsible for all this? I think I'll pass the opportunity to Professor Darren, and it's been a privilege to have him coming all the way from Taiwan. Professor Darren had his accreditations from Massachusetts Institute of America, and I'm pretty sure he has some wise words to share with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bernard. So now let us see what exactly are the issues that we are going to address by consulting Professor Darren, and he will explain what are the contemporary issues to be addressed.
All right, thank you. And hi guys, it's a great pleasure to meet all of you. Well, in my opinion, I would say the proposed accounting standard should have include all the information on the operational activities that the company has done that possesses risks which will bring impact to the society and the environment. This is because when the company discloses such information, the stakeholders, especially creditors, will gain the ability to assess the actual and potential risks that may arise from the operational activities by the company.
So, Professor Darren,
Yeah.
what kind of risks that may arise?
Okay, that's a good question. The potential risks involve financial risks and also the reputation risks. These are the risks that the creditors are most concerned with. By being well informed of these risks, the creditors will feel more secure, and also they will be more willing to grant lower interest rate, higher level of funds, and also greater credit terms. Otherwise, creditors will most likely to offer higher interest rate, lower level of funds, and also lesser credit terms. This is to This is because the creditors want to protect their self-interest, and also they are more aware of the company's risk of default that they bear.
Okay, thank you, Professor Darren. I totally agree with you. All right. By the way, are there any other components that you think should be disclosed, Professor Darren?
Yeah, they are. The company's data on emission and also the community's feedbacks are also required to be disclosed.
All right, thank you.
Professor Darren, can you make clear on the situation by telling us 4 examples?
Oh, sure. Let me think of one. Nestle would be a good example. Nestle destroyed a huge hectare of rainforest in Indonesia in order to exploit the oil palm plantation over there. As a result, they have been heavily criticized by the local communities and also the NGOs such as Greenpeace. Hence, it is very much important for a company to disclose their social and environmental activity, as this is to inform the company is trying to fulfill their social contract, which is born between the society as a whole and also with the company.
Thank you so much, Professor Darren.
Oh, you're welcome.
Are there any more?
Yeah, there are more. But I would like to pass to my friend over here, Dr. Richard. He is the Singapore Divisional CPA Australia Councillor, to explain further on the components that require to be disclosed in the company's sustainability report and also the annual report. Thank you. Here you go, Dr. Richard.
Thank you, Professor Darren.
Yeah.
Hi guys, it's good to be here. So I want to emphasize to you guys that it is very important to have an accounting standard for the reporting of social and environmental activities.
Is there any supportive reason why you would say so?
Well, other than Nestle, there are still many other companies that you can look into. For example, we can learn something from Dow Chemical. For your information, in 2008, Dow Chemical was fined a total of $900 million by the US Federal Court because they failed to disclose and manage the nuclear waste that harmed the residents nearby. By right, they are supposed to disclose the information on the contemporary environmental liabilities and the social problems so that this could then enable the creditors to have access to the company's implied risk.
Oh, then are there other information we should be disclosing?
Yes, I would also suggest to disclose the information on the costs incurred in the support of social and environmental activities and the costs incurred to reduce the social and environmental risk.
Oh, could there possibly be any company with similar approach?
Yes, there's Shell. Shell is a company that does a lot of, social and environmental disclosure in their sustainability report. And one of their conducts was that they spent about $750 million to enhance their working safety. And besides, they've also raised more than 250 million funds to be donated to the community and etc. And so, in my opinion, I think it is very good for other companies to take this as a good step so that they will be able to compensate their creditors.
Right. What do you have to say about the implications?
As for this question, I think I better pass it to Professor Gordon. He's the Hong Kong Division CPA Councillor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Richard, and a very good morning to the class and Mr. Chen.
Hi.
Well, the implication of the proposed accounting standard then suggested by Professor Darren and Dr. Richard is that creditors are able to fully assess the potential risk of default on debt. Why I say so? Actually, it's because the asymmetry information between creditors and manager of the company will be reduced to a certain level.
Exactly, Professor Gordon. Can you explain more about how both parties, creditors and company, will get the benefits from the proposed accounting standard?
Okay, yes, of course. For example, you're a company and I'm the creditors. If you disclose both financial information as well as social and environmental information, I will know more about the risk that you are carrying. So, this full information enables me as a creditor, no matter it's a lender or supplier, to provide you a more appropriate long interest rate or credit terms, as as Professor Darren mentioned just now. Okay, therefore I would like to say this proposed accounting standard might allow a win-win situation.
But Professor Gordon, when we are going through all this, are we
All right.
expecting any predicaments or negativity? Yeah.
Well, it's a very, very good question, Bernard. I would say that the cost of reporting will increase. Furthermore, SME, small and medium enterprise, will have more impact from this proposed accounting standard. Okay, it's because the increase in cost of reporting might be too costly or much time-consuming to them. Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing, Professor Gordon.
You are most welcome, Gordon. By the way, yeah, sorry, we are catching a flight, so see you, class, and see you, Mr. Chen. Lastly, I hope you guys can pass this unit with flying colors. Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Is there any question?